Hey, this is LordPotato, and this is what if I, LordPotato, was in Black Clover. I fucked it up. Black Clover, Part 4. So, let me mention something before I go on. If you will hear thunder in the background, warning, if you hear thunder or rain or anything in the background, well, today's a rainy day. It hasn't really you wouldn't hear that much thunder in the background because there hasn't actually been that much thunder. Thank God. It's just been a lot of raining. And I love the rain, actually. I almost fell asleep today. Back to sleep after hearing that calm snoozing, right? No, I'm just kidding. But for real, that's all I want to mention there for the warning. Also, I should mention one thing. What is it called? So yeah, this is part 2 of this, not part 2, part 4 of this what if. Now, I don't know how many parts I'm going to do for this, since I have an idea on how to end it, but I don't have an idea on how many parts I'm going to do it. But yeah, I should also mention one thing. I don't have school for 4 days, so that means Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday I don't have school. But yeah, don't worry about that. I'll probably be able to upload more what ifs than just one what if per day, and get my non-lazy ass to actually do these what ifs. But yeah, because I have another what if idea. But yeah, it's for another. Well, yeah, I have another what if idea, but don't worry about it. Let me just begin to the what if and maybe shut the fuck up. So we begin into, well, after the whole what's it called incident of trial and all that, we're going. Well, there is a boy named Asta, and even Dark Raku going straight towards, well, the Hajj village. This is where, well, after that incident happening, yeah. Well, not Hajj village and Hajj village. But of course, this is where, well, they get there, they kind of visit for a little bit. Well, I do also. Of course, this is where, well, they kind of go to the schools. This is where Asta is having to teach some of the kids and physical training, blah, blah, blah. It's all good. Having to stay there as, like, kind of playing with the little kids or little girl mostly, but yeah. This is where, well, they tried to actually involve me in it, but instead I disappear. But yeah, I just didn't want to deal with that many little kids. This is where Sister Lily was saddened. This is where, well, Orsis was kind of saddened, but I just was looking around the village. Pretty much, I was just there just to visit a little bit. I wasn't really there to kind of, like, deal with that many things. This is where, well, I look at the church, and I can see the church is still the same size as when I was younger. And of course, I said, mercenary 1 and 2. This is where 2 mercenaries appear. This is where, well, they say, yeah, what do you need? How many mercenaries are there to actually have the skill to build stuff? A couple. Why? Well, I'm going to kind of pay you and the others to rebuild a lot of these houses to make them bigger. But wouldn't that piss off the Clover? Yeah, I don't give a shit about the Clover King and whatever. The fucking money cycle real whatever. I don't really give a shit. If the what's it called? Well, nobles want to go piss me off, I'll kill them in an instant. Those insolent weaklings will not piss me off. This is where they both nodded, of course being scared after my demonic tone actually appeared. This is where, well, they kind of shut up and, like, nodded. This is where, well, after the little visit, we go into, well, the Black Bulls and, well, going back into the Golden Dawn, and I disappearing into the straight up darkness. But yeah, this is where, well, a couple days later, Hajj Village was getting kind of rebuilt by some, like, mercenaries, like, overnight. Yeah, not many people actually understand how they were able to build a bigger house on top of their old small house. They still being inside the house, but yeah. There are some mercenaries that were able to kind of like put a bubble around the target's house. Well, mostly themselves, like people. And of course, make it super silent for them not to hear anything outside. And of course, just around them, just build a house up. Just make it bigger. Of course, it was same with the village and other things, but yeah. And of course, they wouldn't be able to figure out the magic sense because when they're in this dome, nothing can be sensed. They're in peace and quiet. They're in just like, what's it called? just in their like peace, mind, quiet, and all that. This is where, well, we go into, well, the Black Bull is kind of wondering where to go curses. Of course, this is where they still meet what's it called, Gordon's kind of parents, and of course they're creeped out, and yeah, whatever. Of course, this is where, well, they figure out they have to get to the Heart Kingdom, and of course this is where, well, 4 people are actually going. This is Finral, Noel, what's it called, Mimosa, and, well, Asta going to, well, the Heart Kingdom, or Heart Kingdom, I'll say. This is where, before they left, I jumped on Pond, and I just said, yo. This is where, well, Asta was confused and said, why are you here? This is where I said, why the fuck not? You know you're gonna get attacked for no reason. Fuck it, I'll kill anyone that pisses me off. This is where, well, both Noel and Mimosa sees that I don't want to give a shit that much. Even Finral. Finral is like, goddamn, he's strong, but at the same time, does he really think that he can take on upon a kingdom? This is where, well, Asta says, whatever. What are you gonna be doing? Nothing. Just dissipating. This is where I dissipate into darkness, mist, and I'm just gone. This is where, when they get to the kingdom, of course, this is where Asta is still somewhat taken. But of course, Asta just kind of just slashes through the water bubble and starts fighting with the lightning user. This is where, before the lightning user was actually about to fight Asta, this is where I say lightning style, lightning dragon. A lightning dragon crashes into this person. Right now, smashing him into multiple trees. Right now, he is kind of trying to use his own lightning to kind of block the attack. But of course, the lightning dragon seems to be so powerful and so ferocious that it just like smash him into multiple things. This is where Asta says, huh? Wait, I thought you said you left. I lied. I just turned into dark mist. Don't worry about it. I hate you, Asta said in such an angry tone. And I said, I love you too, smaller brother. Want to give me a hug? This is where he says, fuck you, I don't want to give you a hug. Aw, so mean. This is where, well, Noel and Mimosa wind their eyes. This guy is kind of like a very strong mage. And they sense his magic, but I just seems to be even stronger than him. This is where the guy rushes at me with blind speed, saying, you're not really a sign, and you could be an intruder. I will have to... This is where he tries to punch me, and I just, like, block that shit with one finger and saying, you probably think I'm a devil, isn't that right? Well, could be not. Who really cares? I then just put my two other hands, or fingers mostly, upon this person's like fist and all that. Grabbed it, twist his hand, like twist it. Right now, flipping him over, and this is where I crash a kick upon his ribs, smashing him into the water, saying, "No, I'm not an idiot." This is where Goddard or whatever his goddamn name is just kind of saying, damn it, this guy's strong. No, I can't lie. This is where he kind of does a like wording circle, and of course he says lightning storm. This is where, well, it appears in the sky, first I should mention, and of course this is where, well, it was about to crash into the boat, kind of smashing upon Mimosa, Noel, Austin, and even Finral. Finral was about to make a portal until I just stayed there quietly and say, very interesting. Fine, if you want to play that, I'll play it with you. This is where I pull out the Black Blade sword, and this is where I just say, lightning slash. Lightning divine cut. I send multiple slashes, and they just cut through the lightning so easily. Because my slashes were actually made out of lightning energy. So, of course, easily cut through what's called, well, whatever this guy's motherfucking name is, okay? I forgot. He's one of the 4 guardians. This is where, well, he widens his eyes, realizing that he is not that strong. He just got wiped out. This is where I appear, sending a powerful knee and smashing upon this guy. Right now, smashing him into, well, some trees. Saying, oh, did you finally give up? You're really pathetic. This is where Asa says, I told you not to intervene. I got that. No, you would have got easily destroyed with lightning. That's why I intervened in the first place. This is where another water bubble tried to appear on Asta, but this time I sent a slash cutting through it, saying, let's keep going then. This is where multiple water bubbles and water prisons attacks were actually going towards me and Asta, but mostly I destroyed it all in an instant. Just barely using any magic. It was super hard for anyone to sense me, because of the fact that I had zero magic. Also shown to have zero magic. But of course, we go into, the kingdom. We finally get into the Heart Kingdom, and of course, this is where multiple knights start attacking, all of us. And this is where I just start kind of like putting my blade back and start beating their asses in just hand-to-hand combat. This is where I jump over a person, grab them from the two shoulders, then kind of appear behind him, still onto his two shoulders, and just threw his ass into another person. This is where I managed to hit like 4 people. This is where someone tried to attack me from like a sword from behind, tried to hit me like in the head, mostly tried to pierce my head and other. And I just grabbed their arm with my left hand, grab their arm, pull him over here into the front of my body, then send a powerful knee into this person's stomach, knocking his ass out. Asta was not easily being taken out. He was mostly punching them, knocking the fuck out of them. This is where, Asta says, this would have been easier if we didn't need to take that many people. Me. Why we have to take out this many people? Don't know. But I'm not here really for the Heart Kingdom. So you deal with the Heart Queen. This is where I disappear, and of course he says, wait, what? You fuck! This is where I dissipate, but yeah. This is where the Heart Queen managed to explain to Austin, after, the knights were getting beaten the shit out of. But yeah, this is where the Warrior Guardian was confused. She thought she sensed another fight, like a fit person, but that was impossible. This is where, Austin lied about the fit person not being here because he doesn't want to have any more fucking drags about where the fuck I went. But yeah. But of course, the Heart Queen explains where the curse came from. Medulla or whatever her goddamn name, the devil, from the Spade Kingdom. This is where, they talk, and of course, this is where, they do agree to train people in what they call 6 months. So yeah, because 6 months would be when the Spade Kingdom decides to move. But yeah, this is where everyone nodded, and this is where, one thing that surprised the Heart Queen was the fact that Asta doesn't look like the time that she's, kind of get information from Asta. From Asta's kind of look-alike. Asta looks completely different, and his anti-magic is still there, but he has another type of magic that seems to be more scarier and sinister at the same time. This is where, she is kind of afraid, because Asta did show that he was actually stronger than the Warrior Guardian. This is where, we go into a time skip of the Black Bulls and everyone else kind of like understanding about the what's called whole Heart Queen Kingdom and all that whatever bullshit. But yeah, this is where Yami was kind of going towards the Blue Rose to kind of talk about her curse and all that. But yeah, or mostly that was after. But yeah. Fuck, I forgot. It's the storyline way. It was mostly a kind of like next thing is the training thing. Mostly about Char kind of rebelling her love towards Yami and them going on a date. Mostly trying. This is where Char is there kind of trying to express her love to Yami in that one food restaurant. Of course, this is where Finra was trying to be helped out by Asta about his female addiction fucking curse. But yeah, this is where I was actually dragged along in this bullshit too, but next to Yami. Yami actually wanted to understand my abilities more because it looks like I can use darkness similar towards his and also similar towards Lux's abilities, lightning. So of course who I was sitting up front was mostly a girl named Soy. Soy was actually keep trying to look at me, but of course the only thing that was very distinctive for me is the fact that my darkness mist keeps covering up my face, and of course you can barely see my eye because it just glows in like this dark mist in this like lightish turquoise lightning blue. This is where the other one is just covered up with an eye patch. But yeah, so of course where she is kind of just like thinking in her head saying, this is bullshit. Why won't he just take off that dark mist? How am I going to be able to see him? Hey, what am I thinking? No, my heart's only for Char, right? Right? This is where, she's right now having her face being red, but yeah. This is where Gordon is talking to the other one saying, Would you like to become friends? Blah, 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 blah. But yeah. This is where, well, I decide to take off my dark mist to actually start eating. And of course, this is where, well, Soy sees this, and of course she has a blood nose. This is where, well, Char is trying to talk to Yami. Well, trying to, because I say lightly trying to. This is where, well, Yami accidentally touched her hand still, and of course she freaks out. And of course just jumps out the window, start kind of running, and this is where Soy realizes and says, Char! That's where I say, great. This is where, well, she bumps into Finra, and Finra manages to catch her, and this is where Finra says, my lovely, knock the fuck out, but yeah. This is where, well, we go into a time skip of, well, the captain's about to start fighting. Well, the Black Bull, the Green Praying Mantis, the Silver Eagles, and also, well, the Golden Dawn. Oh, not Golden Dawn. It was like, let me say it again. The Black Bull, Green Praying Mantis, the Silver Eagles, and the Purple Orcas versus, well, Golden Dawn. Mostly these are the captains, but yeah, Golden Dawn, the what's called Crimson Lions, the Blue Roses, and of course the third one, the fourth one for them was Pink Flamingo. Yeah, the Aqua Blue captain was nowhere to be found because he was fully in love. He was like, Of course, all of them still go in the same original canon of fighting, and of course we go into a time skip of them talking. That's where Yami and Green, Jack were fighting about how Yami did kind of say Dark Cloak Dimension / Equator and just cut both of the crystals, making it a tie. This is where Julius is laughing, saying, so how would this is where I appear saying, so worth my money? This is where, well, Julius says, it's been over 3 months, and, well, not 3 months, it's been over a couple of, how should I say, weeks, and you're still asking for your money? Well, I don't have it. But, you know what we can do? Dark Raccoon? What is it? You fight against all the captains. If you manage to defeat them, then I will have to increase the money pay. That's where all the captains wind their eyes and says, what? Well, yeah, let's do it. All of them nodded. This is where, well, Julie says, and you're going to have to be by yourself. That's okay with me, I said. This is where, well, I says, you're going to have to increase it anyway. It's going to be such a bitch about it. This is where, well, Julia says, that's for you to be wrong. I will not lose. It's going to be kind of easy. This is where everyone is saying, yeah. Okay. This is where, well, we go into a time skip of, well, the 8 captains versus me. Now, of course, it would have been 9, but of course, the blue aqua deer captain is kind of just still in love, so of course that ain't happening. Of course, I have to fight these, well, 8 captains. 8 level magic captains. And of course, well, I say, I breathe out in and I just say, well, going to have to fight them. Too bad they're going to have to lose against me. Yomayo. This is where, well, I start rushing at, well, the 8 different captains. And of course, the crystal behind me is still kind of white. Just there in the middle, just wide open. Well, I don't rush at them. I mostly stay beside the crystal. But of course, all of them are rushing. This is where, well, Jack is kind of sending slashes. The Silver Eagle is sending silver attacks. This is where, well, Crimson Lion is sending a fire attack from a salamander. This is where, well, Yami is sending a black cloak slash. This is where, well, lightless slash mostly. This is where, well, the pink flamingos, the purple orcas, and also the Golden Dawn and the Blue Rose are kind of staying behind. But yeah. Wait, missing? No. But of course, this is where all those attacks are about to hit me until I say Darkness Cloak. Dimension / Equator. This is where I slash through all those attacks. And of course, almost cuts the crystal. This is where the World was there. And of course, it gets cut down pretty easily. This is where Yami winds his eyes, realizing that I was able to do something similar towards what he did to the 2 crystals. This is where, well, he realized that I am dangerous because I don't even seem tired or even a little bit just fatigued from that attack. I'm just like looking at all of them and saying, pathetic. This is where, well, all of them starts trying to keep attacking me until I just keep dodging left, right, down, up, down, right, left. No. Yeah, I'll just keep dodging. This is where, well, I still have the crystal behind me. Besides, it was in a darkness kind of patch, kind of being like floated around me. But yeah, this is where, well, I keep blocking some of the attacks. But yeah, but this is where I'm gonna try to leave it off because I am getting tired. And yes, later I'm gonna have to go to school. But other than that, have a nice day, and good night. Bye.